Emily Lewis is with us from Three Twigs Bakery. You guys have been so busy of course, during the holiday season. Emily, thanks for joining us now. Let's give us a little update. I know the downtown's a little bit delayed into 2021. What happened there?
Really, honestly, this has been a really interesting year. I'll say that in the most positive way. And so when it comes to everything that's been happening behind the scenes with downtown, it just kind of feels like 2020 is the year of upset after upset. And so along with that, with downtown, we just hit a couple of delays when it came to like city permits and stuff. This is our first time in a much older building. So there were a lot of issues that we'd never ran into before. So we were definitely, educated on a lot of different things. But then also with the shutdown happening again for restaurants and bars in Illinois, that kind of had forced us to take a step back and put the remainder of construction on pause, as we really felt that we needed to focus on all of our locations that are currently open. We really wanted to focus on being able to pay our staff and focus on keeping them and not having to lay anybody off. And so financially, we felt like the smartest thing to do right now was invest our money into our Three Twigs family at all three of our businesses versus put more money into a location that isn't even open yet.
No, I think that's a really good call. I mean, when you talk about how fun it is, at least at the Toronto Road place, to just sit and have a cup of coffee and have something there, with that not being able to be had right now, and we don't even know when the Illinois legislature will come back in because of COVID and things like that. I think it's just a smart move right now.
Agreed. Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to a happier note here. Things have been going great at Toronto Road and all the other locations too. Give us a little update on how things have been going for you.
So at the bakery on Toronto, we have been open every Saturday and Sunday for the past several weeks now, and that's going really, really well. Toronto Road's definitely further out for the majority of people in town, so I can understand how it could be more difficult to get out there during the week, which is why we made the tough decision a few months back to stay closed during the week. But like I said, the weekends are going really, really well. We've had huge turnouts. We've had people who have been ordering online, utilizing our curbside service a lot, which is really fantastic. Selling lots of pastries. Thanksgiving went really well. We feel incredibly blessed because for Thanksgiving and then now so far for Christmas, we've actually had the same amount of people order as we did years prior. It actually was a little bit higher. The biggest difference between this year and last year, though, is that even though there was the same amount of people ordered, it was just that they ordered less, which makes sense because you're not gathering with family. For biscuits and brunch, things have been going really well. I mean, for biscuits and brunch and for the salted lemon, we opened up during the pandemic. So that's all those two businesses really know. This is the first time for the salted lemon that shutdown for restaurants has happened because we were able to open our doors for the salted lemon whenever indoor dining was allowed and people were allowed to come inside and self-serve and stuff. So that's been put on a pause. So that was the first experience for us. But with all three locations, I feel like we've been really great at pivoting. That's kind of the word of 2020 is pivot and maneuver and switch it up and keep things interesting. And I feel like we have been doing really well at doing that, though, sometimes we don't always make the right decisions and sometimes we'll quickly notice that we need to switch it up again. I feel like that's kind of the struggle of all small businesses right now. And our customers have been incredibly understanding, incredibly kind, and incredibly supportive. And so we feel incredibly blessed that they're still there for us and still coming and supporting all the places.
You brought up a great point, though, about being able to pivot like that. That's the advantage of being the small business. You don't have to go through a bunch of corporate hoops or things like that to get something different. You can just kind of pivot and go, and the customers kind of roll with it. They like it.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, you're right. That is kind of great about that is that we get to do whatever we want. The only part that's tough about it is it can cause confusion. So even though right now I could make any decision I wanted to, it can, especially when you have to change and pivot so frequently. I mean, it feels like every week we're having to make a new change or think about something new or make a different decision, it can be confusing to customers and even to the staff. It's hard to keep everybody on the same page, but we almost feel like it's necessary. It's necessary to keep having to make those decisions and keep having to change things. Otherwise, if we keep going the same route we're going, when we see something isn't working, even though it might be confusing to a customer, that could be what kills us as a business. That's how tough it is right now for small businesses.
Hey, we're talking with Emily Lewis here from Three Twigs Bakery on WMAY 92.7, 94.7, and 970 AM. So, Emily, let's talk about holiday gatherings and stuff. Is it too late now for people to get something custom made for Christmas, or can they still make an order?
Yeah, we're taking orders all the way up until the 20th. That's this Sunday. So this Sunday at 2:00 is the last that you can put an order in. We're taking orders through the bakery, through our website. There's tons of different options on the page. We have sugar cookies, we have take and decorate cookies, cakes, pies, take and bake cinnamon rolls. So there's lots of different options. And then through the market at the Salted Lemon, it was a huge hit doing our ice cream pies at Thanksgiving. So we're offering those again. And that's also available on our website for people to go check out and pre-order. And that's also available until the 20th this weekend.
Wow, that's great. I mean, so people really do need to move fast. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was the James Project, and I know that that's going pretty well. For people, bring it back up to speed on what the James Project is and how people can help.
So the James Project is a local organization that helps foster children and foster families. The ultimate goal is to obviously always get the families back together in the end. But the James Project provides safe homes for those children while they can't be with their biological parents. And I'm incredibly passionate about the James Project because my dad grew up in foster care for a good portion of his life. And if it wasn't for the people who took him in, I might not be here today. And so I am incredibly passionate about the foster care system and the people that are in these children's lives that don't have a choice, that feel nervous or scared, or also feel like they're not like all the other kids that they go to school with. So that's why we, as often as we can, get really involved with the James Project. Every year we especially do things around the holidays. This weekend we're launching our pajama drive with them again for the third year in a row. Mainly people kind of forget about the older kids, so we really push and ask for pajamas to be donated for the middle school, high school age children. We also are doing a take and decorate cookie kits. And that's kind of when I brought up saying that sometimes the kids feel like they're not like the other kids. Every year, my family growing up had the tradition of baking and decorating cookies, which I feel like a lot of families in America have that tradition. And there are a lot of kids who miss out on those stereotypical Christmas traditions. And so we have had hundreds of donations made, hundreds of dollars in donations made to where we are going to be able to whip up hundreds of cookies to go and take to the children that are a part of the James Project, so that way they'll be able to bake and decorate their own cookies.
I absolutely love, too, that you're thinking about the teens and all of this, because the Toys for Tots even has that problem, too. It's like everybody wants to buy the nice, cute things for the little kids. Nobody wants to buy the things for the teens. And sometimes they just even need body deodorant or Axe spray or even something like that, just to make their Christmas better.
Yeah, agreed.
Exactly. Well, listen, thank you, Emily, so much for everything. And what are the hours coming in for Three Twigs coming into the holidays?
So do you want for each location or?
Sure, why not? Go ahead. Give us all of them.
So for next week, for the everything will be operating as normal up until Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve, we are going to be open at the bakery for pickups. Plus, we're going to have the pastry case full of things for anybody who wanted to get some stuff last minute. Biscuits and brunch will be normal hours. And then the Salted Lemon will be closing early at 3:00 that day. So people will be able to pick up any last minute stuff. And then at all three locations, we'll be closed Christmas Day. And then that weekend, we wanted to give ourselves staff a really nice break. They almost get a week break because we're currently closed on Mondays and Tuesdays everywhere anyway. So we wanted to give everybody, after a super hard year, and then plus, Christmas is just crazy busy every year anyway, we wanted to give them all a really nice week off to relax and spend time with family.
Putting the employees first. It sounds like a great small business to me. You guys are awesome. Three Twigs Bakery. Emily, listen, thank you so much. And say hi to everybody for me. And have a Merry Christmas, too, by the way.
Thank you. You as well. Thank you so much.